So I was just realizing a couple of minutes ago I was demonstrating something, and hi YouTubers! I was just talking to some friends of mine over here, and my grandpa, when I was about 8 years old, tested over at my grandmother and grandfather's house on weekends in New York City. They lived on 75th between Broadway and West End. My parents and I lived on 49th Street between First and Second, and then we moved down to Stuyvesant Town. That was on 14th and Avenue Way. So I would go up to my grandparents' place, to their little apartment, and I'd sleep on a little day bed. I stayed there for the weekends, so my parents could argue. And it's true. And so that way they could argue freely, and let me tell you, because now I have two sets of parents in a sense, and you have people travel back and forth, travel between New York, California, back and forth. My grandfather, when I was over at my grandpa's or grandma's place, Nana's house. We always go to Nana's house. Where did Grandpa go? What does he, chop liver? Come on. So he would sit there in the chair, this big easy chair. This is Morris. This would be what do you call those little legal back?
Lazy boys?
Lazy boys and that kind of crap, yeah. This was just a regular kind of chair, big, fat, overstuffed chair. It was comfortable. Not like Lazy Boys. Lazy Boys are crap. And so he sat in this big overstuffed chair, and he watched he watched a television set that was about twice the size of me, with a screen no bigger than this, and I'm not kidding, round. It's a round screen. You had a big magnifier on there. He'd sit there staring at this thing, just staring at it, because it was it was a 3-inch screen, whatever that's diagonal. And on that was the little rectangular thing. So it's a round thing with a rectangular thing, very tiny. Cost $1,000 for that TV set in 1947. He was watching experimental television. Very, very wild that he was doing this. And he's a garment manufacturer. He's a totally ignorant guy with no skills to he couldn't read and write. He was a whiz at math, but he was a savant mathematician. He could tell you any number. He could not write out an invoice. He had to have somebody write out the invoice for him. He was illiterate, compound illiterate. Yet, he had the inquiry mind to get a television set when there were only 100 television sets in the entire United States. He had one of them, 100 TV sets. And when Uncle Milty came on, that's what he watched, because that was all there was to watch except the test pattern. And on Friday nights, eventually on Friday nights in the late 40s, not 48, 49, they came on Friday night fights, live from Madison Square Garden. Yeah, Madison Square Garden. Now, I know nothing about boxing, but my grandpa knew all the boxers. He knew the Bears, Max and Buddy Bear, and all these, huge heavyweight guys. He's small. And it wasn't that small, he was small. And there's all these boxers, and they knew him. He was also one of the founders of the revived New York Bridge Club. He was renowned for his bridge problems in the New York Post and so on. Very well-known guy. And he was very, very, very loved in the sports area, especially in the boxing area. So he taught me a couple of boxing things. And I'm 66 years old, and I haven't done anything with this for probably 60 of the 66 years. Probably 6 years old, 7 years old, maybe 8 years old. When he taught me to do some things, he taught me to do some interesting things that I still today, I think I can remember them. Listen, I haven't done them for something like on the order of 60 years, so you'll forgive my hesitations at it. But it seems to me that this is basically the kind of thing that he taught me to do.
Oh, God.